Okay, today we're going to be looking at some basics of applying trigonometric ratios. So let's look at our first question. Right, so in this question it's asking us to identify which trigonometric ratio we should use in order to solve for the unknown value x. So let's get started. In our triangle that we have a little bit of an issue. So we have this unknown value x, we have our angle that we're interested in, 34 degrees, and we have our hypotenuse, which is 9. The first thing you're doing when you're trying to determine which trigonometric ratio to use is really to list them out if you're just getting started. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, first things first, what is our unknown variable or pronumeral? Well, it's currently opposite the angle we're interested in, which makes it opposite. So this is opposite. And which ones of these don't deal with an opposite? Well, cos doesn't, so cos can go away. Now, our other one, 9, is our hypotenuse. Okay, so which one doesn't deal with hypotenuse? Well, tan doesn't deal with hypotenuse, so it can go away. So the one we are going to use to solve for our unknown variable is going to be sine. Okay, let's look at another one. So here we have the same idea. We have a triangle, and on our triangle we have an angle we're interested in of 48 degrees. We have one side here which is 6 and one side here which is x. So let's label the sides first. So our first one here with our pronumeral x is going to be our opposite because it's directly opposite this angle. And our next one over here, well, it can't be our hypotenuse, which is here. Our hypotenuse is the longest side, and it really sits opposite the right angle symbol. So it's not the hypotenuse, which means if it's not an opposite or the hypotenuse, it has to be adjacent. Right, so now that we know that, we can again write out our trigonometric ratios. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. So now that we've done that, let's have a look at what we've got. We have an opposite, so immediately we can get rid of cosine. We don't have a hypotenuse, so we immediately get rid of sine, which means we are left with tan. That is the trigonometric ratio we would use to solve this question. Alright, looking at the last one for this video. So again, we have a right angled triangle, and our right angled triangle has the values. So we have 12.4, we have our unknown pronumeral x, and we have an angle of 67 degrees. Right, so for this one here, again, we're going to label each side. So if this is opposite, then this gets an O. And what else do we know? We know that this side here that's opposite the 9-degree angle has to be our hypotenuse, and we don't have it. And we know that this side here, if it's not our hypotenuse or our opposite, has to be our adjacent. We write out each of our trigonometric ratios. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. Now we have an opposite, so we don't have this. We have an adjacent, we don't have a hypotenuse, which means sine goes away, and again we're going to be using tan again to solve for this question. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully it's helpful, and I will see you in the next one.